It has been a long time since I made any public statement after I served as Premier of Bermuda. However, I now feel compelled to speak out because of what I see as a terrible injustice being committed in Bermuda. I refer to the unjust and unwarranted arrest of Dr. Mahesh Reddy, a distinguished medical practitioner who has devoted many years to the people of Bermuda. Dr. Reddy's lawyers are in the process of challenging the legality of this arrest and the illegitimate search of his home. Dr. Reddy will also be seeking redress in terms of compensation for the wrongful arrest and the distress that has been caused to himself and his family. I have no doubt that he will be vindicated. Dr. Reddy, the Chief Medical Officer at Bermuda Healthcare Services and the Treasurer of the Bermuda Medical Doctors Association, had his home raided at dawn in a heavy-handed manner by no less than 8 police officers. 8 police officers. This disproportionate action was based on no more than a suspicion that he had been overusing MRI and CT scanners to make more money. I set up Bermuda Healthcare Services, which has brought much needed and overdue improvements to healthcare services in Bermuda. And I want to make it absolutely clear that these suspicions are completely unfounded. These are the facts. Every scan carried out by Bermuda Healthcare Services has followed all the procedures set out by recognized professional bodies. Every scan is reviewed by an independent panel of radiologists in the United States. No patients and no insurance companies which pay for the scans have ever made one single complaint concerning these very necessary diagnostic procedures. The facts show that our scanners are properly used without any anomalies. The results of the scans carried out are entirely consistent with what would normally be expected in any reputable health center anywhere in the world. In fact, these scans are capable of identifying very serious conditions, and lives have been saved as a result, including my own.
That's right.
Until we invested in MRI and CT, these scanners were only in hospitals, and they had long waiting lists. When the hospital scanner broke down last January, we stepped in. We've also brought X-ray, ultrasound, and mammography equipment to Bermuda, which has massively improved healthcare and reduced the need for Bermudians to fly out to the U.S. at great expense for diagnostics. This unwarranted arrest of Dr. Reddy is the last straw. There has been a long string of malicious slurs and false allegations, with the real target being me because of my past political views as former Premier. My political enemies in Bermuda and the UK are seeking to discredit me. They have tried many times to prove that I have done something wrong, but not one of their claims has ever been substantiated. I've kept my counsel on this until now, assisting investigations and providing complete transparency in accounts and paper trails. I have freely given, but the arrest of Dr. Reddy is too far.
Yes, sir.
Enough is enough. I owe it to the ordinary people of Bermuda who have seen their health standards improve, and to my supporters in the PLP to put a stop to this damaging and unwarranted harassment. Resources that should be deployed to fight real crimes that blight our streets, such as recent armed robberies and murders, are instead being devoted to a long-running, politically motivated campaign of harassment, which has now put a hard-working doctor under false suspicion. This nonsense must stop, and I've appointed high-level counsel to challenge this harassment. Of course, no one should be above the law. And if there are charges, let me face them now.
That's right.
After many years of fruitless investigation, it is time for the prosecutors and the police to put up or shut up and let us get on. Let us get on with the vital business of helping people with their health care needs. Thank you. You will notice that my wife just joined me from the airport. Thank you for being here. Seated right here to my left is my Bermuda counsel, Mr. Jerome Lynch, QC of Trotter & Duncan. And to his left, the gentleman I'm sure you all recognize as Mr. Chris Ferbert, President of the Bermuda Industrial Union. They don't like me. They don't like the fact that, and I'm not saying anything about the other premiers, but my substance and style was different. I think they saw me as defiant.
Yes.
I think they saw me as a troublemaker, and therefore they do not want history to record that I got away with it. Black men all over the planet have suffered that. If you read the recent history of Muhammad Ali, and I don't compare myself to him, but it is the same thing. Often when a black man stands up, the bullets begin to fly. As far as I know, I believe that's been happening since day one. But formally speaking, in 2011, when David Bolden, a convicted liar, said under oath that I tried to bribe him, the then governor, Richard Gosney, instigated an investigation. And he said he promised the people of Bermuda that when that investigation was completed, that the findings would be revealed to the Bermuda public. He said that the investigation might go beyond Bermuda, and I know for a fact that it has gone beyond Bermuda. But all of a sudden, we now find the focus is Bermuda Healthcare Services. It was bribery and political corruption. Having found nothing there, then the effort is now aimed at the source of my income, which is Bermuda Healthcare. And there will be other things that you will see in the near future that will confirm that. Subsequently, there was a story in the newspaper. I do want to, I suppose, indirectly thank the Royal Gazette, because since that story, Dr. Reddy's been very, very busy.
Okay, the other question.
No, I've never in my life been interviewed by the Bermuda police.
Okay. So who have you shared this documentation with in order to sort of help with finding?
Anybody who asked.
Who has asked?
Anybody, well, the police would have to ask me.
Well, you said you haven't had any meetings with them.
No, I haven't.
You said you have helped. So how have you helped? Who have you shared?
Well, for example, when it was found out that they wanted to question Dr. Reddy made himself available, and in fact called them and said, I am available to answer your questions. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not running from you. I can answer the question. We believe that the issue of intimidation is playing a part in this. Because 8 officers coming to a physician's house at 7 o'clock in the morning is a little much. There was a saying years ago that your question reminds me of: those who know don't tell, and those who tell don't know. There's nothing new about the effort to destroy me. Today's press conference is more about what has been done to Dr. Reddy, an honest physician who takes care of people, having to be subjected to this. And those who are doing it know that they are doing it to him to get to me. No, I'm not at liberty to go into anything like that. I just know that no charges have been lodged against Dr. Reddy.
Or interviewed. He was neither charged nor interviewed.
No. Right, he was just arrested at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Taken to the police station and then released, having seized goods from his home without any proper authority. Why on earth couldn't they go to a magistrate and ask for a warrant to be issued? Why just do it? No warrant. No warrant at all.
And does he remain on bail then?
I beg pardon?
Does he remain on bail then?
He's on bail. He is being treated like some kind of common criminal without any respect being given to a man who's served the country for 16 years.
Well, you can never underestimate your opponents. Of course, the intention of intimidation is to change the course of action of those people that you would intimidate. But Dr. Reddy is a strong man, he is a spiritual man, and he is an excellent physician. I have advised him to continue doing what he does best, that is taking care of patients. Let me handle the fight. They've spoken to former employees. They've interviewed people who are no longer living in Bermuda. They have made phone calls to people who were affiliated with the Progressive Labor Party. They've been looking high and low. I think in essence what you have is a situation where they've decided that I am a criminal. They cannot find the crime. Dr. Reddy is doing what he does best. He's taking care of patients. And by the way, Dr. Reddy is the treasurer, as I mentioned earlier, of the Bermuda Medical Doctors Association. And my understanding is that they stand behind him 100%. Well, these people you see here today are my friends and patients of Bermuda Healthcare. In Bermuda, it's hard to have just one cap.
35 years.
Dr. Brown, there's been no complaint about this issue of MRI. So Bermuda Health Council, which I think is the body that would look at that, is that right?
They would, an insurance company could. Usually in most places where a medical facility is being investigated for something like that, you would have had at least one medical organization as part of it. But here it's the police. And as far as I know, they don't have a background in MRI and CT.